a soldier.
Oh yeah, we back. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. What is going on, everybody? Can we keep it real podcast, man? Yo, only 4 teams in D1. What is going on, man? Last time I talked to you guys, we did a little bit about ball game. Coach Nadim taking his team down to Florida behind the pads. Go check them. Oh, and before that, it was during the Pontigan EWG Super Bowl. But now we back. We getting into another football season. RIIL football alignment. A lot of big talk, man. 4 teams in D1. How is that even possible, man? But let me get this music up out of here. But what's going on, everybody? There we go. How we doing, man? Look, we a little different setup now. Actually, my studio where I usually do the podcast in, it's kind of being renovated. So now, this is where I do some printing work. We have we have presses here. We got 1 press, 2 press, a couple different types of cricket machines, man. But how is everybody doing? How was your new year, man? Look, we're already at the end of January. Look, Sunday, January 30th, the Bengals and the Chiefs game. I mean, we are at the end of January. Before you know, we're going to have the Super Bowl here, man. But we here to talk some Rhode Island high school football realignment. It seems like every year we're getting a new realignment, right? I mean, but what a great season we had last year. I mean, but this off season compared to the last off season, I gotta say it's very, very long. And some of us diehard football fans are dying for football conversation, right? Facts. I mean, it's no lie. If we look back at some of these past alignments, there's been some questions. Some teams moving. A lot of people. The last realignment, with the 2 Super Bowl championships. I mean, where has the loser had a consolation game to be able to get into another state championship bracket? And that's what happened last year in D1. But it looks like this year, where is Division 1? Where is Division 1? We got the new realignment. Look at that. This is Division 1. Where is everybody else? I mean, we already know that Central was not ducking any smoke at all. Coach Washington, he opted in Division 1, and everybody else is MIA. Nobody wants to play Bishop Hendricken. Nobody wants to play Lasalle. Where is everybody? What is going to happen? I mean, this is just a proposal. No way the Interscholastic League can let this ride, right? No way. What are they going to do? Play each other like 9 times? But where is everybody? Let's look. Let me see if I got the Division 2 proposal here. Look at this. Division 2. 16 teams right now. The Division 2 is going to be where all the smoke is going to be coming from. Look, Cumberland, Portsmouth, SK, Burrillville, Barrington, Cranston West, Shea, and EG. And that's just on one side. On the other side, because this division will be snaked, you'll have St. Ray's, Woonsocket, Westerly, Mount Pleasant, EG, Cranston East, Classical, and Moses Brown. Now, Tolman, if you notice, is jumping over to Division 3, and some questions raised. I'm looking at that, and I said, how is Mount Pleasant still able to stay in Division 2? And Tolman was able to go to Division 3. We look at Coventry, another team that is no longer in Division 2. So Coventry comes down. When Stanley Dunbar was at Coventry, Stanley Dunbar came on the podcast and basically said, we're going to Division 3 to get a step up. We're going to Division 3 to win. Stanley leaves Coventry, comes to Westerly, walks away from a championship. Gary Goodhart gives Stanley Dunbar all the accolades for that. He said, Stanley left us in a very, very good situation. But now Coventry goes to 2. They go to 3. I'm sorry. They come back to 2, and now they're going back to 3. And they're only going back to 3 because of the way it's formatted. But I asked the Coventry coach, and he was really unaware of this. He was unaware that his program was going to 3, and really, I'm really not surprised with the athletic director that they have over there at Coventry. But the RIIL formula is definitely flawed. I mean, when they go with what, 80, 90% win percentage, 10%, 10, 20% enrollment. I should have put that up on the screen because I actually had the enrollment for a lot of schools. But when a team has to play a D1 program with 24 players and they have to cancel all their JV games, I mean, there's obviously a problem. We know Barrington a couple seasons ago, they come back down with St. Ray's. There was a lot of suspect in that. You look at Cranston West, Cranston East. Cranston East, you could definitely make the argument. Let me check out a comment here. The format is only proposed. Yes, no, exactly. That's why it says, I think I put somewhere that this is just a proposal. But, Mark, you can't say that the format is not flawed. The original format that they use. With the 80, 90%, what is it, 80, 90% win percentage, and then you have a 10% enrollment. You can't say that isn't flawed. Some of the old time coaches, they talk about the 50-50 enrollment. 50-50 win percentage, 50-50 enrollment. Now let me see if I can get the I think I have it up here. Hold on. Let me look right now at school size, and I'll tell you just what schools are rated and where they are ranked as far as the enrollment. I mean, I could make a case for a D3 North Smithfield that they don't belong. What's your solution then? Probably like a 50-50. 50% win percentage, 50% enrollment. I think that's fair, like it was at one time. And some of these divisions, we can lock them up. Where teams don't need to move. But I think we should go back to the way it once was. Where is all the D1 programs? How come we only have 4? And I know this is just a proposal. Somebody mentioned, how come we don't do like they did last season in D1 with the Super Bowl consolation game in every division? They said that would make teams want to work out, want to hit the gym a little more. Excuse me, I'm just trying to find this. Where are we? Here we go. Bishop Hendricken, 751, 9.5. Yeah, I'm going to have to post this up here. It basically has the male enrollment. It says right here, like Moses Brown, 198 boys. Mount Pleasant, 893. I don't know if that's really right. West Warwick, 486. Where's Tolman? Let's see. That's Tollgate with 648, the 14th biggest school size. Central, 1,104, the biggest school in the state. RIIL should get the coaches involved. That won't happen, Coach Fortin. RIIL will not talk to you coaches. They'll not sit down and listen to you coaches. And it's a shame. And people that were at the coaches meeting actually know that. They know that they won't sit down with you coaches, but they'll talk to the athletic directors. And let me tell you, look at Coventry athletic director. A couple of years ago, Super Bowl, your team's in the Super Bowl. He leaves the third quarter. Respect to all these athletic directors, but the coaches know what's going on. The coaches know how many kids they're going to graduate. And sometimes, like Burrville a couple of years ago, You move them up to D1. They graduate a good amount of their players. So now you don't have the players that you once had. Now, Burrillville is well coached, has a great feeder program, so they were able to sustain. E.g., one game last season. This isn't what we want to see. We want to see competitive football. We want to see these divisions where it's kind of even scale. Where is all of Division 1? I mean, I know for a fact that there's a lot of teams that are ducking smoke in Division 1. I know that's a fact. I know that Central said, you know what, we're gonna opt in. We're gonna stay in Division 1. I'm not sure about NK. Nobody wants to play Lasalle. Nobody wants to play Hendricken. And can you blame them really? Can you really blame them? LaSalle, Hendricken, unfair advantage. We all know that. Where we play is where we play. Set the divisions. I'm coaching the same if we were on D1 or D8. Shout out to you, Coach Mock. Exactly. Let's go. Set it up. Central wanted it. Yes. No, exactly. Central's been wanting all the smoke. I can't remember Coach Washington to duck anything, but right now to have four teams in D1, the biggest division in Rhode Island football. Central, shout out to Coach Washington, Coach Kaleo, everything. Hendy was vulnerable last year. You know, you watched that Central high school game and Hendricken. I mean, Central had that down to 2 or 3 minutes to go in the game. I mean, that was a very, very exciting game. I think it was on NFHS. I actually watched it on, but yes, sir, that's right, Mike Sackett. Central definitely wanted it. Shout out to Coach Washington, Coach Kaleo, all the coaches they have over there at that program. Congratulations to all the coaches. And congratulations to all the coaches of the year last season. I know Coach Fulton, Coach Washington, um, over there at Shea. Congratulations to him, and I wish him a lot of success. Yeah, but Central basically said, we want all the smoke. Um, yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And somebody actually mentioned, the great job that EWG coaching just making it to that spot. Um, let me bring up the pictures here for division. Let me see where if I got it. I hope I do. Let's jump into a little bit and see. Let's get back into Division 2 here. All right, here we go. Cumberland, Portsmouth, SK. I mean, SK, played very well last season. SK in D2, come on. Like, no. Cumberland in D2, no. Portsmouth, definitely no. Um, Burrillville. I think Burrillville should have been a D2 program all along. Coach Ferraro up there, salute to him, his program. But you look at Burrillville, they never have more than 30 kids at the end of the season. And it could trickle down even lower with injuries. EWG, the only 6 seed to play in the Super Bowl now. Yes, congratulations to you and that coaching staff. And I think you guys, I seen the D4 bracket today, and we'll get to that. I definitely think that you have a good chance of playing competitive football this season as well. Oh yeah, yeah. So if you look at division, hold on 1 second, people. All right, my bad, my bad. What was I looking for? Yeah, SK Burrville, um, Barrington. We all know a couple years ago, Barrington and St. Ray's came down together. And Barrington had 25 players that season in Division 2, right? 25 kids. Shout out to Najee Barrels. What's going on, my guy? Najee, man. Beast Coast up there in West Warwick. Definitely check out Najee, man. I can't wait to see what Najee's going to do with the Bulldogs this season. Great line coach. Definitely get over there and check that out. But Cranston West, Shea, and EG, right? Cranston West, I really think they could stay in Division 1, right? Cranston East, we can make the argument with Cranston East. Najee Barrels, my brother. Shout out. Yeah, you know what? I gotta say, this football community is so tight. So many great, great coaches. Emerson, Coach Najee, Coach Mark, my guy Blake Simpson. The 12-12-12-7 format would be great competition. What he means by that is in the different divisions, 12 teams in each division and 7 teams in the four division. I think that 12 format would put Coventry back in what's good, big dog. I think that other format would put Coventry back in the D2 program. What do we think of a system that includes PowerPoints, big Division 1 incentives, the teams who will play the privates? I mean, I actually had something about that on yeah, I don't think I saved it. I know one thing if I gotta say right now, the league definitely needs an official. So if you're out of high school, you want to stay close to the game. I talked to a few people that said they make some pretty decent money being an official. Blake Simpson, let's do it, but does it matter? I think it matters where teams line up. I think that definitely it matters whether it's 12 or the proposal you have now. Let's take a quick look at Division 3. Let me get this out of here, man. I can't wait once the new studio is done, man. Something that Dwayne Miranda told me. He said, quality over quantity. You know what I mean? So I wanted to redo the studio and make it come out very, very nice. But Division 3, look at this, Mount Hope. Can we agree that Mount Hope should be in Division 3? West Warwick. I think it's good for West Warwick to go down to Division 3. The history they have over there. The last 7 years was really tough over in West Warwick. West Pennington taking over the program last year, getting to know everybody. Make D4 10 teams. Why not? Why stop at 10? No, I'm just kidding. Nah, that's actually a good idea, Coach Fortin. But you look at Division 3, you got Pilgrim, Middletown, Rogers, Johnson, Pontegansett, Juanita Sanchez. I mean, Pontegansett, they had to go to Division 3. No ifs, ands, or buts. Juanita Sanchez, didn't they just come out of 3 a year ago? They went to 4. Should they be back in 3 already? No, they should not be. West Warwick, yeah, we can make an argument where West Warwick does belong in Division 3, not for long. And this is what, a 2-year alignment? I believe it is. I think it's a 2-year alignment. Middletown, I'm all right with Middletown in 3. Rogers, no problem. Johnston, it could bounce either way. Tolman, no, I think Tolman should be in Division 2, but salute to them. Tolman, they were in the playoffs the last 4 years in a row, if I am not mistaken. I mean, so what happens? You look back 2000 No, they're definitely not going to listen to the coaches, um, the format, to the guys involved. Doubt they even. You know what? That's a fact, Blake. Salute to you because you're absolutely right. They're not going to listen to the coaches, and I think the coaches are the ones that know these kids. The coaches know who they're losing. How are we after two teams you beat? I think it wasn't snaked when we got this. The divisions weren't snaked. Somebody actually made this list up. I actually have the original list, but it all goes 21 through 35. So this somebody did snake this. We don't know if this is the way it's going to be. I just wanted to show the audience how it's going to look and how things are going to line up in this division. Coach Garmin, Coach Fortin said, get that up there. TG, Central Falls, Hope, BWG, Smithfield, Davies, Tiverton, PCD, and Scituate all in D4. Yeah, D4 isn't changing much. The only thing that I really, and I'm gonna make I'm gonna talk about North Smithfield in a couple minutes because I don't think North Smithfield should stay in Division 3. Um, I think it could be a problem. You know what? I'll just go over it now. I don't think that North Smithfield can sustain 2 years in Division 3. I really don't. They finished last season with maybe 20 players, right? I know they lost 6 because I did podcasts with them last season. I know they lost 6 kids, so that puts Coach Piva down to 14 kids that most likely will be coming back. Right? I don't think North Smithfield has the numbers to sustain the next 2 seasons in Division 3. We don't know what's coming up from the middle school yet. Maybe, 6, 7 kids. I mean, North Smithfield competed in the lowest division for over 50 years in the RIIL. I actually read this, right? 50 years. And they won 3 playoff games in total, right? So they had 2 great years. If you talk to Coach Piver, I think he would say they caught lightning in a bottle. They did win a Super Bowl under West Pennington the same year Coach Blake won it. West Pennington won Coach of the Year that particular season, right? So are you going to say that they dominated a division for any period of time? So that's why I don't see why they should be in Division 3. I mean, North Smithfield is only 5 or 6 years removed from forfeiting the rest of a season because there weren't even enough players. I mean, could they be in that position again? Yeah, they got saved by the class of 2021. Salute. You know what I mean? That's what pretty much saved them. And now we have them in Division 3. You know, I'm sure they can compete in Division 3. It's not if North Smithfield can compete in Division 3, but they don't have the population to run a full football program. Even in the last 3 years, they have not had the population. Never mind with this year, with D2 teams falling down. I mean, the male population at North Smithfield should count more than 10%, really, as it does now. What's it count? 10, 20%. That's my beef with North Smithfield staying in Division 3. I don't think North Smithfield can sustain staying in Division 3. Never mind 1 year, maybe 2 years. I mean, teams, they don't want to play Lasalle. They don't want to play Bishop Hendricken. Well, don't consider yourself Division 1. And from what I understand, that's the problem. Oh, we don't want to be labeled Division 2 teams. Yo, there was some Division 2 teams that could hang with a few of them D1 teams last season. So don't be knocking on Division Don't be knocking on Division 2 of the reason why you don't want to go. I mean, but with only 4 teams right now on a proposal for D1, well, my friends at the league make teams stay in Division 1. They're gonna have to, right? I mean, you're gonna have to add more teams to Division 1 at this point. Portsmouth, it's a given. You have to. Portsmouth has to definitely be in that situation. What else we have? I mean, and then somebody mentioned earlier about would they sit down with the coaches? No, because you know why? That makes too much sense to listen to the guys that put the game plan together, to the guys that know the kids, that know the program. The athletic directors, salute to them and a tough job they have, but not all of them sticks around for the whole game. I talked about in the beginning of this podcast an athletic director that couldn't even his own Super Bowl. He's not even there to present his team with the winning Super Bowl trophy. So it's like, so why are you talking to the athletic directors? Just like the referee association. And if you want to come on, I could send you the link. If you got something you want to say to the general audience, definitely I could put the link up on the screen. But yeah, even the referee association, Emerson Kilgore came up with a great plan that maybe he could sit down with some coaches this year and figure out the disconnect between the officials and coaches. What do you coaches want from the officials? What do the officials want from the coaches? I mean, you hear from the ADs. I mean, we already talked about an AD that wasn't even at his own Super Bowl, and that's a fact. What do you mean he left? He left. He was out the building. You know what? But congratulations to Coach Washington. Oh, that's right. Coach Washington is now the new coach. I don't know if this breaking news or what, if you didn't notice, but he is now the Central High School track coach. He just took over that position as interim. But it looks like Coach Washington is going to get the full-time job over there as the interim coach. So salute to that, man. But you look at Barrington and St. Ray's, they opened the door. They opened the door to all this, with them moving. And Coventry moves to D3, wins the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, where's the problem? Like, you got Cumberland, East Providence, Cranston East, West, Portsmouth, SK, right? Oh, and look at that. We got Coach Fortin in the building. I wonder if he put his Raiders Nation hat on. Let's get him up in here and see how he's doing. Coach.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, my guy, man? Coach of the year, man. What's going on?
What's going on? How you been?
All right, let me get this out of here so people can see these beautiful mugs we have. Hang on a minute. How we doing, Coach, man? Haven't really heard from you since the Super Bowl, man. How was your holidays and everything?
They were good. For Christmas I caught COVID, so that was very interesting.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, right. Great Christmas present, but we did what we needed to do, and recovered from it quickly and back on my feet. But how was your holidays?
Not bad, not bad. I know COVID wasn't keeping those Scarlet Knight down.
Nah. We got hit with it, but we still we did what we did. We went to the Super Bowl. We had a great time. We had a great matchup. It didn't go our way. We got our butts whooped by a really good team, and but the experience was just crazy. Our fans, our players, coaching staff, we had a lot of fun. It was great, great experience, and hopefully we can get back there soon.
He said we got our butts whipped. But Coach, man, let's be honest.
So
the beginning of the season, you shouldn't have been there, right? I mean, going into the season, you graduate a lot of kids the year before. I've been following you. We're friends, so I kind of know what was going on. But like for you to make it to that Super Bowl was a
It
long
was
shot.
crazy. It was crazy. I know a lot of people were talking about it. We lost 12 seniors, so I was kind of leery of what we were going to be, how many kids were going to come out and play, how many kids were going to sign up. There was we were in the paper as one of the teams to make it to the Super Bowl. I wasn't that optimistic to say yes, we'll be there. We wanted to take one game at a time and just grow, get better, expand, have fun. And we came out swinging our first game. We played Situate. We were able to win that game, and then we lost 3 in a row. And so that was the reality of, hey, we're young. We lost a lot of players. What can we do? But that loss upon against it really rallied the team, and we went on a hell of a ride, a big winning streak. We had to beat North Providence to get into the Super Bowl. We called that the Rainbow. And then our first game was the fog game against against Smithfield. That was a great game. That was a great atmosphere. And then, we upsetted the number 3 team. Then we had to go play PCD, who already beat us this past year, that season. And we went to triple overtime, which was crazy. And, we ended up winning that game. And then we went to the Super Bowl, the only 6 seed to make it there. So it was a great experience. And, hopefully a lot of the players at EWG and Proud understand that, we're not a doormat. We're here. We're going to be competitive at every single game. We're going to practice hard. And then here we come.
See whose coffee's who right there.
And Central, not Central. And you also won the Coach of the Year trophy a week after the Super Bowl. You guys all met at a secret location, kind of like Raymond Patriarca used to do back in the day. You have your little meeting. Coach of the Year, huh?
Yeah, I'm very thankful for that. A lot of coaches have to pick you for that. So, that was unexpected. I'm very humble about it. It's a great honor, but it wasn't me that won that coach of the year. It was my football team. They're the ones that really put in the work to get me to that trophy. So we over at EWG Proud, my players, my coaching staff, the community, our fans, we won Coach of the Year.
That's it, man. And now we're going into the realignment proposal we're talking about today. We talked about one. Where's D1? Where'd everybody go?
I never seen anything like this, man.
There's 4 teams.
They ran. I don't know. I saw the proposal that came out. I was looking at each division. I saw D1 and saw 4 teams, and I thought maybe it was a misprint. I never saw anything like that. And then I saw, obviously my division. It's unexplainable. I don't know what the formula is. I don't know how they determine who goes where. I wish I can get that information. But to have just 4 teams in D1 is it speaking volumes, or is there something else going on that I don't know?
Central said right up, I reached out to Coach Washington, and he said, I'll tell you right up, Mikey, I opted in. He said, I ain't ducking no smoke. He said, win or lose, I want to play the best.
Oh, Coach Washington's, he's playing, he'll go play college football. He'll bring his team to go play an NFL team. He ain't ducking nobody. I like that dude. I got a lot of respect for Coach. He's every time I talk to him, man, he's just full of energy, full of football. And that's not surprising that he said, no, we'll stay here. Let's go. I was rooting for him to beat Hendricken. He had him. So, I'm looking forward to see how he's growing that program. I think last year was his first year as the head coach.
Last year was the first year. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Up into 8 minutes to go to Hendricken game, he almost had them. I was like, wow, is he going to beat them? And Hendricken did what they do at the end of the game. They fought, they came back, but that was what a game that was. And then seeing East Providence play them competitive a couple of weeks later, I was like, so where is East Providence? Cranston West, Cranston East, Portsmouth. Portsmouth's really ducking smoke. And from what I heard, that there's a lot of D1 teams that are ducking.
That's crazy.
You don't have to say it. That's for me to say.
I don't know. No, I'm not going to say anybody's ducking. I don't know a lot of the D1 coaches. I know a few of them, and I know they want what's best for their program. They want to compete. They want to compete for a state title, and they want to be able to compete fairly. So each coach, each athletic director has to do what's best for their program. And if it means leaving D1 to be a little bit more competitive, to make it a fair advantage, then I can see that happening. If they, maybe this is just a proposal where they drop them to D2 and make them not a D1 program. Maybe that will change their mind. I'm not too sure what the end game is, but for the most part, from my understanding, there's going to be a few teams changing, but maybe one or two here, one or two there. But this is going to be, the setup.
Yep, I actually had to delete the fans-only version of the show tonight because I didn't want it to get in the way with one of their hockey games. So if you're listening on that network, you can watch it. You can listen on Facebook. But the realignment coach is definitely crazy. Division II looks to be where all the exciting matchups are going to come from. Like if that stays, like Division II, and from what I'm getting that. Well, if you look at D1, it's like they emptied the cupboard upside down and 4 teams held on, and everyone ended up in Division 2, Portsmouth, everybody, SK, all of them. And it's like, and there are teams that, from what I heard, that don't want to play these programs anymore. Like Barville, 30 guys in that program. Come on.
Well, that's I said earlier. I've always said this. You got to make it fair. You got to make it safe for the players. If you got 30, 40 kids on the sideline, you're going against 100. Who in their right mind thinks that's a great idea? 30 against 100. That's just asinine. You're just asking for somebody to get hurt. You're not being true. You're not being fair to the smaller team. And I get it. Hendricken and Lasalle, they have big squad. Great. I'm not faulting them for that either, but you got to be realistic. If you're going to put, like Barville, if they got 40 kids on their roster, how do you expect them to be competitive against a team that has 100? That's just, to me, it's just not fair. It's just, somebody has to have common sense at some point.
No, you're absolutely right. And Coach Gorman asked me earlier, and he was like, well, then what do you think is good? Because I said, I don't know how Tolman made it to D3 and Mount Pleasant stayed in Division 2. And he said, well, what do you think is the right solution? And I was like, I don't know what the right solution is. It's not on me to get the right solution.
I always said they should bring in coaches. Let the coaches have a conversation. Let the coaches get involved. I know the interscholastic league don't want to involve the coaches, but they should. We're the ones that know what our roster are. We're the ones that know the intricacies of the game and what's expected. Even if you just got an input, hey, what do you guys think? Put something together. Include us. I know they won't, but maybe it's time to get away from, hey, we're going to rule everything and just get some information, get some input. You don't have to use it, but maybe we can give an idea that's beneficial and that can help make every division competitive.
Yeah, they don't really want to hear much from the coaches, and I don't know if that's by experience. If something happened where, they sat down with some coaches once, or what's going on, But yeah, I think if you sit down and talk to the guys that are with these kids, that coach these kids, that know how many kids you graduated, come on, these athletic directors are not going to these games. The guys that are sitting down making this stupid realignment is not going to the games.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an idea. I know everybody, the coaching association, the interscholastic league, they're all looking for different ideas. I was at the meeting, and I'm the one that said, you should get the coaches involved. I'm pretty outspoken. I do speak my mind, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But nothing's wrong with just throwing an idea out there there's nothing wrong with maybe getting some input from outside, getting different eyes. We have some really young, talented coaches in Rhode Island, and we got some OGs, some coaches that have been around for a long time. You can get that knowledge from both sides, put it together, and come up with a little bit more input to help make every division very competitive. And what the only thing that's going to do is we're all on the same page to make Rhode Island football better. And why not take that opportunity and try to make something worthwhile? I mean, that's just my opinion.
Coach, if you talk about Mount Pleasant for a second, 840 boys, right? They're plus over 840. They graduate 13 seniors last season. The league don't notice. The people that are doing these realignments don't notice. They're going to struggle next year in Division 2. Now, I'm not saying how many players Coach DeLawrence lost at Tolman or what, but I'm just saying Mount Pleasant and Tolman were very similar, and one ends up in Division 3 and one stays in Division 2.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I don't know the formula. One day, hopefully I can get that information to get a better understanding of it. I know years ago they went 50-50. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. I just don't know. And maybe that's something.
The old guys like it. The old guys love it. The 50-50 formula. They said it worked. It worked at that point. Now you got the 80%. I think it's 80-20 now, 90-10, 80-20, 90. I don't know. It's something really, really retarded, and I use that word sparingly because that's what we're dealing with up there on Jefferson Boulevard.
I just want to see every division be competitive. I don't want to see a team lose every game. I want to see close games. D4 was very competitive last year, except for Pontiganset. I mean, they just rolled everybody. But if you take that team away and you looked at the rest of the teams, it was very competitive. You look at D2 last year, there was some good competitive games. Same thing with D3. And some in D1 was very competitive too. That's what everybody wants to be a part of. I'm not saying triple overtime for every game. One heart attack a season's good, but every player, every coach, every community doesn't want to lose 50-0, but they'll be happy, with a great competitive game that both teams really, gave it their all, and it was a fair game.
Yeah. Now you see, in your division, it's almost staying the same. And now this is only a proposal. I don't want anyone to get their panties in a bunch, but like this division, the way this is, it's not going to be set in stone. I doubt the league is going to allow D1 to go forward with 4 friggin' teams. Like they're going to say, Portsmouth, get in there. Cranston West, get in there. There's teams that the league, no way the league can let this go the way it is. I mean, some people say, "Oh yeah, the ADs voted on it."
Well, the ADs have a lot of say in it, and something. You look at Cumberland, you look at East Providence, and teams like that. They want to be competitive, and I think Barrington's coach said it best that we're at one of the coaches' meetings, and he said, yeah, great, you get to the playoffs, but then you reach a team and you lose in the playoffs 50-0. He wanted to be competitive. And that kind of stuck out to me because I believe in that. You got to do what's best for each program, not just for just one. And it's a shame that it's not a shame. Hendricken has won it. I don't know, 4, 5, 7, 15 years in a row.
10 out of 11.
10 out of 11. Good for them. Congratulations to that program. But there's other teams that put a lot of work into it. And when they run into a buzzsaw, it hurts because you lose 50-0. Then he goes down to D2 and he's competitive. So I kind of see that point of view, but I also see other coaches' point of view. Get better. If you're a D1, work your school, talk to your players, coach better, have practice better. So there is truth to both sides. And
so you agree with West Warwick going down to Division 3?
Something, they're a struggling program right now. And if, Coach Pennington, if he thinks going down to the D3 to help him rebuild, I'll trust Coach West. I love what he did in North Smithfield. I like what he's doing in West Warwick, and he knows better than anybody else of what that program needs. If he has to go down for 2 years, rebuild, revamp, and then go back into D2 and be competitive, that means he did something smart. That's a smart move. Look at Coventry. They end up going down to D3. Yeah, they end up winning the Super Bowl. They go to D2, and Coach Goodhart still had to, coach that team up, and they still made the playoffs. He didn't win it, but he went down. They went down to 3, rebuilt, went to 2, and was still competitive. And I'm looking forward to him being competitive this year. So there are some good things of going down and going back up. I know Burrowville went from D4 to D1, was competitive. Now he's coming back down. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as the kids are being, we're protecting the kids from not, having 40 kids play 100 and really outmatched. I think that some of the coaches should have say and talk to the AD and have a conversation of why they should move down or up.
No, it's interesting that the RIIL will not talk to the coaches. I don't know what you guys did to them, and I guess we're Coventry. He said, I don't know. That was before my time.
Way before my time. But, I'd like to know why. So if the Interscholastic League is looking, I love information. I love to get information that I don't know. There's a lot that goes on with the Interscholastic League that, I don't know. There's a formula that I don't know, and I'm gonna do my due diligence to find out, so I have an idea of what I'm saying and get some information and and make a better judgment. But it's unfortunate that I really don't know, and hopefully one day I can find out.
I think Coventry fell where they are because of the way that the 4, 16, 16, 7. If it fell that way, then they're in 3. If it goes to 12, 12, 12, 7, they end up in 2. So maybe it's just where the math fell. I ended up somebody actually snaked the divisions for me because they didn't have them. No, not this one. Like this one, they didn't have them snaked out. They just had them 21 through 35. But I didn't have a chance to upload the Division 4. The Division 4 one. I actually got it late.
You always forget Division 4. No,
yeah. I actually do. The checks ain't clearing.
Checking.
The checks ain't clearing. You know what I mean? Division 2, Division 3, their checks are clearing.
People writing checks they can't cash. Man.
You know what I mean? So, they're clearing over there, but not.
Hey, Mike, listen, I got to get going, but I just wanted to come on and just throw my 2 cents in. Hopefully, the league and everybody else can work something out here. Congratulations to all the coaches that made Coach of the Year. And I'm looking forward to a 2020 good season. I know we have, we got scrimmages back. We got joint practices back. So
2022.
2022.
You said 2020.
Yeah, I'm so crazy. But, Mikey, I love what you do. Keep it up. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in the 2022 season.
There you go, 2022. All right, Coach Fulton, thank you. We'll talk soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, Coach of the Year. Look at that. Division 4 Coach of the Year was in the Super Bowl. We'll see what they do this season, man. But thank you, everybody. Yep, I'm always screwing over Division 4. I didn't get that freaking paper uploaded. But yeah, basically it's gonna be Ponagansett over there. I mean, not Ponagansett. I'm sorry. EWG. Did I even write it down? Yeah, it's in my other folder. It's gonna be EWG, Situate, Tiverton. I'd like to see North Smithfield get down to Division 4. Central Falls is proposed. North Providence is gonna go to Division 3. But thank you, everybody, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, so let's just check out these proposals again. Who does not belong here in Division 3? I mean, Narragansett, you got to give them another year. You can't move them. Give them another season. I think North Smithfield needs to. They should go down. I don't see why Tollgate did not go down. I think Tollgate should be in 4. North Smithfield should be in 4. Let's add a couple more teams to Division 4. Let's put some teams back up to Division 1. Let's put let's put Cumberland back up there. Let's put Portsmouth SK. Let's see on the other side. It's tough. It's tough to say who goes up, who stays where they are, man. But thank you, everybody. Really appreciate y'all coming on and chilling.
I two-step and do my own dance. I ain't rocking shit else. I wear my own brand. Ball game everything. Ball game snapback. Ball game V-neck. Ball game back well. Ball game sticks to the seats of the Cadillac.
What y'all thought we was done? Oh, we ain't never done. It's Mr. Spin Your Block. Yeah, it's the remix. And I got some shooters with me. Yeah, and I got some shooters with me.
You nervous with butterflies in your stomach, don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work.